Hey everyone, Andrew here from Property Association. This week I had a client of mine call and want to catch up and ask me basically, what do I do in this market? Is it a market where I hold? Is it a market where I sell? Should I be looking to buy? Which I thought was quite interesting, which is why I'm doing this video. And then this week, Domain had an article with the AMP Capital Chief Economic Officer there, Dr. Oliver, saying that if he was an investor, he'd be tempted to sell, and it's one of those times to get out, which I actually think is a ridiculous advice. So the advice I gave to my client is, if you don't have to get out, you'd be crazy to be getting out at the moment. The market's just absolutely horrible. If you can foresee that in the next 6, 9, 12 months, you're going to need to get out, then do it now, do it on your terms. Because in 6 to 12 months, I believe it'll be a little bit worse. But for somebody who's so high up to be saying that, basically, I'm going to use his words here, saying that the market's already dropped 5.5%. He can see it dropping more. So as an investor, you should be getting out and cashing in on the boom that we just experienced. But the way I look at it is, to get out is going to cost you 2%. That's what you're going to pay an agent for selling. And then if you want to be an investor, at some point in time, you're going to have to get back in, and that's going to cost you 4%. So you're looking at 6% as a transactional cost to get out. Now, if it's already dropped 5.5 and it's going to cost you another 6, that's 11.5%. Now, if you look at properties during the 90s recession, that's what they dipped, which is the worst in history. So why would you be putting yourself in that situation if you didn't need to? And also, if you are an investor who owns in an area where there's a lot of cranes, well, I'll tell you what, it's already dropped way more than 5.5%. Those areas have dropped anywhere between 10 and 20%. So if you don't have to sell, this is the time you hold. It's not the time you jump in right now, because I think there'll be better times down the track. It just depends on your investment profile and what you want to achieve. So it doesn't mean you don't buy. If you find something that's giving you a good return and that's what you're motivated by, then sure, jump in. But I just thought for Dr. Oliver to be providing that advice, to say if he was an investor, he'd be getting out, does that imply that he's not an investor? And if so, well, what does he know? So my advice to my client was, unless you foresee you have to sell, hold. If you foresee that you'll have to sell, then get out now on your terms. Because in 6 to 9 to 12 months time, I think it'll be worse. But it's also worse when you have to sell and it's not organized. So I'd love to get some feedback. Got a lot of things that we'll be talking about soon. So keep posted. I'll post the other videos beneath this. We're going to look at next why we're in this situation. So why is the market, everybody just says, oh, it was a bubble and that bubble's popped. Well, that's not exactly right. There's reasons why we're sort of in this current property predicament. So stay tuned. Thanks again. Love to get some feedback, and thanks for your support. Bye.